Welcome to the Red Vault. Today we will check the peak point of the Marshall. Hope you enjoyed the introduction track. Today we will talk about Marshall JCM800, but it's not a regular one because we have Gower Killer Kali mode on the circuit of this thing. If you are not familiar with this term, it's simply a mode that makes your Marshall roar like nothing. Also, if you ever heard 14 amplifiers, especially the Kali model, also there's a neural DSP plugin of it which sounds quite nice. We can label this amplifier as the predecessor of that amplifier. And I need to mention it's not a product of Gower himself, but it's an exact copy because the owner of this amplifier, the previous owner of this amplifier, because it's mine and I'm happy with it. A few years ago, the previous owner had access to a Marshall that has been modded by Gower himself, and this amplifier built as an exact copy of that component by component with the top-notch craftsmanship. In most of my videos, I have a specification section, but I think mentioning the specs of a JCM800 is quite meaningless, and I have no idea about the details of the Gower mode. As you can see, we have some additional switches and knobs on the amplifier, but I will mention those while I'm playing. So all I can say is instead of EL34s, we have 6550s on this beast, which makes the amplifier even more gnarlier. And the signal chain of this review contains a Maxon OD808, a Mesa rectifier 4x12 cabinet, which is on the other room, a Shure SM57, and for the E standard tuning, I will use this Warmouth US custom Telecaster, I'm not sure about the name, and for the C standard tunings I will use my custom built Ave Guitars Rat V, and as you can guess there won't be a clean sound in this review. Now let's hook up our first guitar and let's start with the E tune. First I will start without the booster because I think we have enough gain on this amplifier, but then I will open up the OD808 anyway because I really like the tightness and the saturation of this thing. Also I closed the third gain section and I dialed the amplifier as noon. Also we have a depth knob on the backside of the amplifier and that's also at noon position. And now let's start. And let's open up the third gain. And already it sounds magnificent. Now let's tweak it a little bit. needs a valve state, am I right? Now let's talk about our gain section. We have first and second gain controls on the front panel of the amplifier. Also we have a third gain knob on the back side of the amplifier, and we can open up that section from the gain 3 switch and we have a similar switch on the 14 Cali that's labeled as violence, but on that version we have no gain knob as far as I remember, but we have a gain knob on this thing and it's all the way up at this moment, and let's play with that knob. Now that gain knob is at flat position, and let's crank this section. And now let's decrease those and open up the gain knob on the back side. Probably I will grab a power tube and I will die during this video. I would prefer keeping the gain knob on the back side is at full position, because I think it sounds way more open sounding, or it sounds more colorful, you know. It sounds better at least for my ears. But if you disagree, let's discuss it on the comment section. And now let's play with the saturation switch. As far as I know, the saturation switch is about symmetrical or asymmetrical diode clipping or something like it. I really like the kinda scooped, kinda tighter characteristics of this section, but also we need some low end, we need some bass. Because of it, I will open up the resonance on this section. And now let's open up the booster for this switch position. And now let's check the other saturation position. And now let's check the EQ section. I really like this type of amplifier. It sounds great on every setting, and all I need to do is pick the right one that fits to my mix or that fits to the other components of the band. Because of it, I really like this amplifier. And there's another feature that I want to demonstrate, and that's the NF knob, and let's hear it. I think it works like a high-pass filter and it can be useful at certain scenarios. And now let's connect our C standard guitar and try to get some even more brutal tones. I just dialed my favorite tone and I want to start to demonstrate from this point, so let's start. It just feels like home. You know, I really like this guitar. I really like the distortion characteristics of this amplifier. Unlike any other Marshall, you know, there's enough punch, there's enough saturation, there is enough tightness, but it's not also too sterile, you know, it's not that modern. There are lots of hisses and noises, you know, it has an old school vibe with the tightness of the modern era, and because of it I really like this rig. I really like this sound in general. You might not like it, you might not enjoy it, but that's how I like it. And now let's try to explore different side of this amplifier together to get a sound that you like. So that's the Dan Gower Killer Kali modded JCM800. Before closing the video, let me share my thoughts. I think there's nothing to criticize, it's just a masterpiece. This amplifier offers a lot and I think it sounds good on every setting. We have no bottleneck, we have no dead areas. When it comes to the distortion characteristics in general, you can either love it or hate it, and I think there is no middle point between these two opinions. And as you can guess, I'm on the I loved it side, and that's the end of the video. It's the end of the review. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section. Till the next video, see ya.